Greetings, hi, hey, hello, and welcome back to Hot Springs Island again. It's only been a few weeks since PCs and mics exploding, but we should be good now. Back to the sneaky room in Discord. Huzzah!
Huzzah!
Most excellent. All right, we have indeed returned to Hot Springs Island after 2 weeks. 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Does everyone remember the last thing we did?
No.
Excellent.
We were running quickly.
Bingo, we are trudging through HS-18, which is hostile territory, where magma...
I heard ominous laughter, I believe.
Precisely.
Oh, yeah.
We're trying to get through here as quickly as possible. I will quickly describe, as you guys are kind of having a jaunt through here. The first thing we run into is the lava river. We notice a low rumble that drones continually as molten lava pours out of a small, broken rise and flows southeast in a snaking river. The flow is rapid, and the surface cools quickly to a cracked and ashy gray-white. Only the edges of the flow remain a vibrant orange-red, forming clear lines between the river and the cool black ground through which it rushes. The river itself ranges from anywhere of 6 feet across to 200 feet across.
There's places for us to cross, right?
Correct. We are focusing on the 6-foot section rather than the 200-foot section.
Very warm here. Feels like home.
The last note we basically left off on was effectively, yes, you guys hear enemies all around you. You move from location to location, from burnt-out husk to burnt-out husk, in order to avoid the enemy. There are a few patrols out here, but they definitely do seem to be on the lookout. Like I mentioned, when we go through at this speed, I'm going to have you roll a particular way, and that outcome will basically tell you what will or won't be here. Mr. Aldrin, if you could go ahead and roll me 3d6, keep the lowest 2. We're dropping the highest.
Snake eyes.
You actually rolled snake eyes.
Do I win something?
I told waifu.
Yes.
Yeah, you did! You did! You jinxed! Jinxed!
I was saying how it's not impossible, but statistically
Jinxed.
improbable to roll that many ones in the same roll with d6s. At least they weren't all ones.
Literally an hour ago, he's telling me about this, and I knew we were jinxed. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Technically, it is all once.
So yeah, that's a 2.
Don't worry, guys. If something goes wrong, I'm gonna invisibility myself and run away.
Don't worry, we can still worry.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he said.
No, I mean, if you're nice to me, I'll also invisibility you. And leave Eldrin to die.
I'll think
Oh,
about
Sounds like
it.
a deal.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, bud.
Alrighty, to be clear, this wasn't Aldrin rolling, this is the roll for the group. This is something I'd normally roll in private, but let's roll it in public, it's more fun that way. Allow me
Shouldn't have had me do this.
Luca slowly turns his head around, watching Eldrin as he tumbles over a massive stone and alerting everyone in the neighborhood around me.
About to be attacked, aren't we?
I do like to toss the die in your direction occasionally.
Look at that fancy tree.
Indeed. Okay, so very quickly to summarize what we see on this map. Ignore the road. You don't have to ignore the trees. There are indeed trees that have fallen and such. There is no bridge. All of the bridge is stone. The fallen carriage is also stone. You might not be able to see it from
What
here.
about the corpse?
The corpse
Fallen
is...
carriage is stone. Are we talking about a stone carriage, or is it like stone, just in general?
It is pure stone. So pretend it is stone instead. This whole area is just ash, fallen trees, dead trees with no leaves. They are long burned, long dead. To answer your question, Aldrin, yes, there are indeed corpses. There are many corpses that are burnt and picked completely clean of their flesh. As you all move about, like I mentioned before, you hear creatures shuffling about. You know that they're looking for you. And I believe where I last left you all off, we were, I think, hiding behind a large stone. And you heard a chitter-chatter. You heard something coming off from the distance. I changed the scaling of the map a bit. You can no longer see the corpse.
No, my corpse.
I'm sorry. Sorry, that sounded really weirdly aggressive. You won't be joining it soon. Sorry, you'll see it again soon.
Well, he might be
Yeah, I
joining
do want to
soon.
join it soon. This place does kind of suck.
As you're all moving through here, Daniel's looking about, so I'll say he probably has the lead, where he's looking ahead of you for you guys to help a little bit. Are we discussing anything, or are we just, rushing?
I think we're just rushing.
Okay.
Keep it quiet.
Yeah,
No
I mean,
time to talk about shit.
exactly. If we're just going fast anyway.
In terms of marching order, who's leading?
I'm tired, so
Definitely not
probably not
Eldrin.
me.
I guess I'll take the lead, since I'm also carrying the carriage, or the floating disc thing,
You know, I keep forgetting about that.
which I need to up every hour, by the way.
Probably
Yeah,
slowed us
3
down a
seconds.
wee bit, but nothing too terrible. And as you all are moving about, we have to stop occasionally. We pause, we look about, we pause, we look about. We cannot be seen by the enemy. There are plenty. We've seen at least 1 or 2 patrols move through here. Unfortunately, moving up just ahead, waiting for a patrol to pass by, you hear a stick crack behind you and a sizzling. And as you turn, you are met with 5 individual beings. There are 3 of the floating... They basically look like fire imps in a way. They have a very draconian look to them, and all of them are brandishing butterfly blades. Between each of them, 2 salamanders. One is adorned with yellowy orange scales and a spear. A very large and flaming spear. They're all sneering at you, and holding up the back is another one. This one has closer to blue and white scales. You know they see you. You know they mean you harm. How do we all respond?
Run.
Run away.
You sure that's a good idea?
What else do you want to do? Stay here and fight them in the middle of that territory?
Yeah, but if we run into more, we're gonna be severely outnumbered.
Yes, but in that case, I'm just going to go invisible and run away again.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm ready to just run.
Okay, you guys look at each other, and instantly you're thinking run?
Run.
Okay, we think run. Please, if you could be so kind, roll me initiative because they don't want you to run.
Understandable. Have a 6.
You see the enemy. They see you. They see that you want to run. Clearly you don't belong. So the enemy is going to respond. And instantly, the impish creature in the bottom right flies towards you. And not being able to get close enough, you see he has his blade out and he's ready to cut.
Oh, I'm so scared.
You wanna?
Yes, actually, I am.
You wanna be the one to taunt him? All right. From this distance, you see his
With all
hands.
that hair, you're nice and flammable, yeah.
You see,
No, I come from hell. I'm immune.
sorry, as I try to set you on fire, like, wait, I'm from hell. They're like, oh shit, she got us. She's from hell. We can't set her on fire.
I mean, they can't attack me either. I'm brothers with them, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. They're. Oh, you know what?
I
I'm
guess I'll die.
I guess I take him.
It's fine, it's fine. He's a slave.
Oh my god.
By Aldrin.
His hands spark with flame as you see him set his sights on you, Lekka, and he unleashes a firebolt.
What?
It recklessly misses.
And the creature in the back begins to kind of take in its surroundings and move about. I'll say real quick, before we start, with the 3 of you moving in the way that you are, and attempting to hide, how close would we have been together? Because I did put your tokens out like this. You may arrange yourselves in battle formation, but, keep in mind how close you would have been while traveling. Would you guys have been close like this, or...
Probably, yes.
Yeah, probably.
Understood.
Wouldn't
Have a
want to
day.
stray too far.
And now we died a fireball.
Yay.
They would never cast Fireball. What are you talking about?
Why would
They're
they
only
cast
made
that?
of fire. Why would they do that?
Why would they Why would they cast Fireball?
Why-
That seems
why
like
would they
horrible.
do that?
Fireball!
Ah!
Indeed!
You missed the bird.
No, the bird is 30 feet in the air.
Correct. The bird is 30 feet in the air. I cannot hit the bird. He unleashes a bout of fire. Aldrin succeeds. Sarabi succeeds. And Lekka succeeds. The creature sneers at you. As Lekka, it is now your turn as the fire dies down. What do you do?
Right, so I'm gonna run past Aldrin and tell him, hey, Aldrin, you're sturdy, right? You can take a hit.
Huh?
I
Run
came up
right
with a great
past him.
backstory for your shadow guy, by the way.
Huh? What?
He was your imaginary friend growing up since you were
Oh
so
my
lonely.
god,
Honestly,
no.
that makes
Yes,
perfect
it's
sense. I like it.
perfect.
I hate this.
Yes.
That's really sad.
I mean, you were lonely in that castle, right? It makes perfect sense.
Why-
And yes, it is sad.
How dare.
Upcast of
Oh.
invisibility on me and Sarabi.
Guess I'll die.
All right, make sure you don't take any turns or do anything
Yes,
other than running.
Oh, so we're actually
I think-
running?
Yes,
I mean, you can like sprint and shit like that, I think.
You can
yeah,
sprint,
you can
yes.
sprint. You just can't take like attack action.
No,
or
you can't
interact with
attack.
anything.
Or
Right.
cast a spell.
Correct. All right, suddenly, Sarabi and Lekka disappear. There's only one person remaining, and they will begin to fly towards you. And again, fire is formed in their hands. Fortunately for you,
like their 9s.
They really like their 9s. Yeah, I think last one rolled a 10, missing and just barely grazing you. Things are indeed starting to heat up as the larger salamander begins to slither towards you, and he actually does make it into melee range with you. You hear... He thinks, tasty boy. I like this tasty boy.
Hey, Aldrin's not a pig.
What? He's gonna make you a pig, though.
I mean, he's not a pig.
Excuse you?
As the creature walks towards you, Aldrin, you can hear a fire crackling in the back of its throat, and it breathes.
Oh, I don't like this.
It breathes in, and suddenly exhales flame.
Oh, please. Oh, God.
Oh, my God. Goodbye. Am I down? I'm down.
You should have advantage. I'm going to say because you're invisible, Lekka, you should also have advantage.
Yep, I'm down.
Do you want to use inspiration?
Sure. It's probably not going to go well, but we'll see how it goes. Nope, I'm down.
Stop rolling 9s! Oh my god. 9, 6. Okay.
But Robbie, you're visible again.
Oh shit, yes. This is indeed true.
I'm also going to eat the inspiration for that.
Wait, are you...
Oh! He had advantage and rolled a 13. And then he tried to use inspiration, and his highest is still, unfortunately, a 13. I'm trying to think, is there any unlucky you already used? You can technically use it again, Sarabi.
On any turn?
We can treat it as a reaction.
Sure. Some of my unlucky.
You already have one stack of, I'm not doing so hot. Do you want to give it to Aldrin or Lekka? Remember, if Lekka goes down, you lose your invisibility.
Just give it to Lekka.
All right, I'll give it to Lekka.
All right. Mr. Lekka, I believe in you.
I don't.
I vote cancel the session. I vote cancel the session.
Technically, you're doing fine so far, Sarabi. They haven't touched you yet.
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
Alrighty.
Didn't even make it to my turn.
Didn't even make it to your turn.
There's no way I can save this.
Just run away.
You'll die if I do!
We're only prisoners of war.
After the creature exhales its flames, it begins to laugh to itself and look towards you, Sarabi, newly revealed. Another one of the flying creatures begins to move in, its hands alight, and hurls a firebolt towards you, only doing 2 damage. Aldrin, Mr. Man, give me a death saving throw, please.
Easy one. Close.
Sarabi.
What would Sarabi do in this situation?
Good question.
Let us die.
How does Sarabi feel right now? Remember,
weakness.
I'm kind of headcanoning unconscious to just be they're winded. So both Aldrin and Lekka are like they're not knocked out, but you see fire like wash over them and they're down.
I mean, you did become a cleric because you never wanted to see anyone die again, did you?
Yeah, basically.
Well, I'm quite fond of the pretty boy and I'm quite fond of the little lizard. So feed Lekka the pot.
Because the thing is, the little flying guy will go, then the white one will go, then it's like
Lekka wakes up incredibly high because he was given a pot.
All right.
Oh, no.
Whose pot are you using?
Yeah, I guess my own, because I'm kind of in a hurry.
All right, well, if you have it on you, remember, they are usable as items. It is the whole time Sarabi just making these noises.
And 6 seconds as well. I mean, to be fair...
Wait, no. You fed it to me. Do I not get the full heal then?
As her action, yes, and your constitution's also higher.
To be fair, getting the max healing out of that isn't going to do too much more for you.
Not really. It's an 8.
I quit.
Heals a heal.
I'm quitting. No. Goodbye. I'm quitting. I have left the
I mean, he's not dead.
He's not dead. All right, well, your art is updated. You look fancier now.
Nice.
Alrighty. Technically, the 2 of you are prone, so they don't actually see you guys do anything. She attempts to feed you a potion. She at range heals, but the 2 of you are still on the ground. They're not entirely sure what precisely just happened. So chasing after her, again, its hands will light a flame. They'll attempt to pursue Sarabi. The white one will move at the back, and he'll start to go north. See, also targeting her.
Ooh.
Goodbye, Sarabi.
All right, so that is...
I hope you like the floor as well.
I don't have any healing potions, by the way. I used mine.
I do.
I only had the one, so don't ask me for another one.
3 quick bursts of flame. Unfortunately, the third one striking you critically. As you begin to run away, Sarabi, you are also downed. All right, Lekka.
I had one of those like quick use Sipoba things, right? To give me a quick boost.
Use boba things.
You have many of them, yes.
Could I use that to power up my spellcasting a bit so I can get a more potent sorcery point?
To be super clear, if you do use Sipopa, it literally doubles everything. So tell me exactly what you're trying to do.
Basically, invisibility, I can cast it on one person. If I use a sorcery point, I can cast it on 2 people at once. I don't have any spell slots to upcast it anymore anyway. I want to have a third person.
Is it touch?
I think it is actually, but I can use Daniel for that.
Okay. I will say if Daniel moves over there and you take a Sipopa, you can invisible everybody. Yes.
Daniel will touch Sarabi. And
all right,
I will touch Eldrin.
I will land on you, Sarabi.
Get off me, you filthy.
Use one. I have 2 of them. I have Sipopa dried and powdered.
The dried. Powdered, you'd have to... That's a whole other thing. I'll say you can do it as a bonus action. The dried one is basically jerky. You can just chuck it in your mouth real quick. All right, Aldrin, you hear Lekka digging around in his bags, and he pulls out basically Sipopa jerky and shoves it into his mouth and begins to chew on it.
All 3 of us should now be invisible.
All right, excellent.
And then the rest of my things, I'll stand up and move the 15 feet?
15 to stand up, and then boogie otherwise. So suddenly, the 3 of you just poof, and Daniel's the only thing left. You can hear...
Daniel flies away.
You can you hear confused cursing, both Aldrin and Sarabi. It just feels like anger. But Lekka, you can almost make out what they're saying, just barely.
I mean, I'm pretty sure my Tense's floating disc did dissipate when I got down though. So they have the corpse of the thing left here.
Yes, the frog, I will say, is basically next to Aldrin.
Well,
seeing you all poof again, you hear another and it flies over to the frog and begins to investigate it. It's right next to you, Aldrin. It lands on the ground. It was just barely hovering, and it like flips over the arm. It whips out its knife and it stabs the frog, like maybe thinking you guys like are in it or something. I don't know. And it's like trying to get a reaction. It's like and then from that, essentially nothing. The warrior in front of you that was wielding the spear spins it in his hand. He begins to look around like, where the hell did you go? He was
How good are their ears?
basically looking down at you. Go ahead and roll me stealth with advantage, Aldrin.
so a normal roll, basically.
Oh no,
I think.
Scale mail?
You have heavy armor, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so
So
regular.
a normal roll.
The creature's like... and it will begin to look about...
I mean, it's still gonna roll. Oh, never mind.
And it thinks you moved
What a
over...
dumb lizard.
You moved over to the south, you son of a bitch. I know where you are. And you see him pull his spear up, and not 5 feet from you, Aldrin, he just starts stabbing at the ground. And rocks and chunks are coming up, and it's cackling to itself.
You know, I haven't told you guys the funniest part yet.
Yeah?
Sarabi, you're down and you're invisible. We can't see you either.
Yeah. You're just kind of stuck there, and we can't do anything about it.
Can you ask
Daniel's near you. He should know where you are. But Aldrin is gonna have to give you the potion.
Oh god. Gonna have to look for an invisible corpse.
They begin to move around. They're not entirely sure where you guys are, but they do know you're close by. You can hear the crackling of the fire and the flow of the lava. The ground itself under you seems to be shifting ever so slightly. Aldrin, what do you do?
Well, I have to kind of get up. So I will get up. Do I know the general area where Sarabi was?
Yes, because she did heal you, and you saw her run southwest.
Well, then I will go 15 feet southwest. I'm assuming I have to roll something to see if I can even find her.
I will leave this entirely up to you. You technically know the direction she ran off in. If you dash, you will bump into her. Like, you're just going to bump into her. You also see Daniel's floating above where... Well, Daniel's floating in a really weird location. Why is he floating here? He's like trying to caw at you, Aldrin, without drawing attention to himself or to you. Because technically, Daniel's the only thing on the arena right now, and he's probably going to get killed once they realize he's not just a bird.
Okay, well, then I will use my extra movement to make my way over to Sarabi.
All right, you begin making your way downtown, and your foot brushes up against a very large and very fluffy tail.
I think you mean he stepped on it.
You stepped on it, yes.
Probably. That's 1 point of damage, 1 failed death save.
Your tail just falls off.
And then I have to wait.
Yeah, and you're now
just gonna
that safe, so don't
sit very still.
Sure.
All right, Sarabi.
Actually, wait. I want to bonus action summon my boy.
Oh, sure.
So
I guess the class feature makes sense.
I say, yeah, that is very specific language. That does make sense.
Yeah.
I'll just put him like where I was.
He pops up and suddenly they're like, yeah, like there he is, son of a bitch.
Oh, actually, I could have moved 10 more feet. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, if you want to, go for it. Seeing definitely Aldrin pop up, the beings look to each other. They kind of have him triangulated. And the one furthest up ahead seems to turn back and like he's kind of motioning to the other ones, then motioning back. And they're like, no, they're still moving around somewhere. I don't know where they are, but they're definitely 100% still moving around. I just don't know where they are, but I'm going to find them. And it begins to kind of fly around and not necessarily fly in circles, but it's moving about. And some of his movement to actually fly up. And he'll start looking down for where you guys are. And then this one, start moving this way. He's actually going to sprint and move fully to here. They're trying to surround where you guys were while still looking at his little shadowed jutsu boy. All right, Leka.
I'm going to have Daniel fly south, north in this case, making loud noises.
He begins to caw, and as he does, they look up and they see him flying above, and they're, was that bird fighting with them? They're trying to decide.
And I myself am going to run because I can't see anything anyway.
Fair enough.
I more so want to like go to a safe spot at this point. So is there like a something I can hide behind? Definitely.
There will be, so there are various like rocks and fallen trees, and with how small you are, Leka, there's definitely, like if you've moved down this way, I'll say there's probably a fallen tree you can hide behind. Yeah.
Like a good vantage point as well that is on the road.
This area is relatively flat for obvious reasons. It's very hilly. But other than that, there aren't too many growths because everything is dead. But there are stones and such.
That seems fine.
All right, well, seeing as definitely Aldrin popped up right next to this boy, he will brandish his blade and begin to slash out at you. And missing twice. Incredibly annoyed, it screams of the salamander next to it. Grabbing his spear, he begins to thrust wildly.
Oh, goodbye.
And with a crit, down goes Ghosty Boy. He cackles to himself. But you poof? What? Where the hell'd you go?
It's the first time. I'm sure he's used to it at this
He'll
point.
start to walk this way.
Oh my god, his movement is 40?
Kind of looking about, not entirely sure where you guys are going. They are sliding across this territory very quickly. And then this one here sort of begins to do the same. And it considers flying after Daniel. It's actually going to watch Daniel, not necessarily attack him, but it's going to fly towards him.
Daniel is being very suspicious.
Oh, he's trying to be weird?
Yeah, he's trying to draw them away.
So he's flying towards him and like, is this an actual bird or what is this? So he's going to watch him for one turn and then potentially attack the next turn. But for this turn, he's just like checking him out. Aldrin, do you know where she is?
Potion time.
That
You
almost,
will live.
That almost rolled, Max. You are currently prone, but he feeds you a potion and you're back up, Sarabi.
And then I'll bonus action summon my boy again to be annoying.
All right, where are you dropping him?
Right there.
The second he pops up, the flying beast next to it kind of starts like, ah!
And I'm going to go this way.
Can the echo make sound?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Oh, my tail! Dash.
All right, you're good.
This lasts for a minute, by the way, so.
Yeah, so you guys do have some time. You can't see each other, which is awkward. So, Sarabi, I guess, as now you're up and you're moving forward, what are you thinking? What are you trying to do?
Cross that tree.
I'm
trying to go forward.
You all continue moving about. As you continue moving, the one that's flying above you guys sees something up ahead. And after making some chittering sounds, he kind of just flies up ahead and then, while flying, stops above the lava and begins to kind of look about. Not entirely sure what he's doing. All right, Leka.
I'm going to keep running. And Daniel's going to keep being annoying and making noise, I guess.
Cool. All right, so he's being annoying and flying about. Knife Boy sees a shadow clone and decides to attack again, swinging both times, easily able to deflect the blow. Incredibly confused. It's like, this thing, it needs to stay dead, but I'm not really sure how to do that. And there's a large rock here. The salamander will quickly slither up it. And he's right behind you, Aldrin. He's looking about. He's like sniffing at the air, dragging his spear across the stone and like tink, 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 tink. He's thinking, he's looking, he's like listening to the wind.
Hey, that's my thing.
The three of you roll me stealth again. A 9. If we go by your first roll, Aldrin, it should be a 19. And your first roll, Sarabi, is a 5. So he's still looking about. He's not entirely sure where everybody is. All right, with disadvantage.
Now he is.
He rolls an 11. Well, he doesn't know where Aldrin is, that's for sure. But he hears a sound to the north and something to the south. And you can all hear him kind of go, Ika, Uda. And some of them agree. And then he used the rest of his movement to kind of like go down the rock and then chill here. And you don't know if he's moving towards you, Lekka, but he's moving past Aldrin. You don't know if he heard you or not. All right, Flyboy, because Daniel has 60 feet of movement, I believe?
Yep.
Yes, okay, so he can't actually catch up. Instead, he's going to shoot a firebolt with disadvantage because your boy's dodging and being annoying.
Oh no, Daniel, he goes off in a puff of air.
He's dead.
Unfortunately, Daniel goes poof.
He only has a 1 HP, so.
He only got 1 HP. He poofs, and, well, for the briefest of moments, this little imp is like, did I do the right thing? I don't know, whatever. And then, like, he comes back slightly. It's like, oh, well, kill the dude. Aldrin, you can tell he can't hear you, so you can move freely. Does your clone need to be 30 feet away from you at all times?
I'm gonna run anyways, so he's gonna poof.
The little flying shit is, like, triply confused now.
Good.
All right, so Robbie, you're not sure if they see you, but you can hear communication between each of them.
Was it in response to me making a noise?
Honestly, it's very loud. This general location is incredibly loud. All right, moving up ahead, you see a river of lava. It isn't rushing, but it's moving at a really uncomfortable pace, we'll say. In order to cross...
It's a tree, not on fire.
It is on fire.
Aha.
It's not really a tree anymore either. It's more of a burnt-out husk that just barely gave up and fell in. Fortunately, it does offer you a way to pass, but it is falling apart. If you were to get across, you'd have to make some form of check or a spell or whatever would assist you.
Done. I'm just going to run.
So as you're moving forward, Sarabi, go ahead and give me either acrobatics or dexterity.
You're giving me a choice.
Realistically, acrobatics will always be higher than dex, or it should be at least.
I have a +4.
Ooh.
Whoa!
That should be net 20.
All right. You got a 24, Sarabi. There you go. You move across this deftly. In fact, on your next turn when you move across this, I'll give you advantage.
Sweet.
We'll say you're moving so smoothly that they probably lost sight of where you were. You're able to walk around anything that would betray your location.
Terror guides my feet.
All right, the one looking about here is like sniffing the air. Up ahead of you, Lekka. Like I said, there is no bridge. We'll say this is probably like a collection of like fallen trees and stones and things that kind of just got gummed up and mucked up in this location. And he sees that, but it ends on a very large stone that's in the middle of this lava pool. And seeing that there's a pretty healthy gap, you'd have like jump that. He's looking at it like, okay, if they're trying to escape this way, I'm going to go here and cut them off.
Is that the way out? The way we're trying to go?
You guys are trying to go southwest across this river. This is probably the thinnest area where the whole river is in this entire area. All right, Lekka, what you doing?
I am gonna pick up a rock, tiny, so that's going to be a very small rock, and throw it somewhere.
You're trying to throw it to distract him, basically?
Basically.
You give that a chuck, and then next time I have you roll, I'll have him roll with disadvantage, and then have you roll with advantage, and I'll probably give you like an extra like 2 bonus or something like that.
And I'm gonna run the opposite direction, because this is a island, right?
It's close-ish, yeah. There is rock there. Very, like, not sure how stable this is, but mostly stable, yeah.
I'm not sure if I can jump this gap, but...
It's a long jump. You cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet before the jump, which you very much are. Because it's a little iffy and you're trying to be quiet, you can either roll athletics or dex, but you only need to beat a 10.
You're going to that middle thing, but it's a dead end.
I know.
With a 16, that's more than enough. You're able to jump across, not just land squarely, but also quietly. And again, they continue to look. This one's going to fly around to sort of where your little shadow clone died and begin looking about. Not entirely satisfied. This boy here did indeed hear some of y'all go this way, so uncomfortably, Aldrin, he's going to slither right past you and then kind of wait right here. He does not touch you, but comes dangerously close. The one that killed me, Rip, is then going to fly in this way. Also, keeping an eye out. All right, Aldrin.
So I know we were going to go this way, but if I go down this way, can I still get like back around?
Like another bridge farther down?
Yeah, maybe. Or do we have no clue?
You have no clue. This is a very long lava river. You can kind of see off in the distance, but it's hard to gauge, I'll just say safety and thickness, the width of the river. It theoretically, moving southward, is getting closer and closer to the ocean. So it might open up and it also might close. We're not sure. It won't be as hot, that's for sure. So you maybe have a couple other options there. You'll be separated from your group, but you very much can do that.
Well, I'm going this way. Just running.
Are we summoning boy?
I will summon boy.
Summon him in the lava. What can go wrong?
I mean, I could. I'm gonna summon him like right here and make it look like he fell into the lava.
Like he fell in, or like he's in the process of falling?
On the edge, and he's about to fall in.
Okay, sure, yeah. So he looks like he's in peril, and
pretty much
the Salamander's eyes light up, and he's like, "Ooh, this time I'll kill you for sure." All right, so Robbie, roll acrobatics again, but this time with advantage.
Oh boy,
not the best. How's this sound? You can make it all the way across, but you're going to make a sound, or you can only go halfway across from where you currently are, completely silent. Your choice.
30 and quiet.
30 and quiet. All right. So she's almost across. You realize that this is starting to get a little iffy. Lava's kind of kicking up a bit, so you have to take your time, but we're safe. It's okay. It's okay.
It's all right. My fur is alive.
Indeed, and we're holding all the good stuff up so it doesn't fall into the lava. That would be atrocious. And this boy, seeing that, Mr. Foy has been summoned, he's going to kind of keep floating around here, just keeping an eye out, and another firebolt. So to add insult to injury, he slaps your echo in the back as he teeters into the lava, dies, and they don't even know if they want to celebrate anymore. They're not even sure if they're actually killing something. They're just super confused. You hear more screaming between all of them, like they're not sure if they're actually accomplishing anything or not, or if they're just wasting their time. Who knows really at this point? Because you made no noise, Sarabi, this bluish salamander actually starts walking towards you, and you think he's coming towards you. He's actually looking directly at you, but he's only looking at the bridge. And he kind of like pokes at it, begins to kind of move around, and he like wiggles and tries to push it a bit to see if he can knock you off. But because you took your time and you're holding the balance, you're able to completely silently stay there. He kind of narrows his eyes.
I give him a lewd gesture.
Excellent. Unseen to him, but the rest of us know. Well, sorry, I guess only you know this is happening. And anyone that can see invisible beings, I guess.
It's between me and God.
Indeed. I know you gave this guy a horribly lewd gesture. He thinks for a second. He's like, she probably would have fallen in. And then he starts moving to the south instead. Everyone roll me stealth.
Mine's going down by 1 every time.
I'll say everyone gets a +2 because you threw a rock and they're somewhat distracted. So Aldrin, that'll give you 11, mainly because you're so close to where Lekka is. I'll go ahead and have him roll again. That's a big fat 1, my friend.
I think he's getting bored.
Possibly. We'll have the other one roll too. All right. We have a 4 and a 1. They have no idea where you guys are. Lekka, it is your turn. They're looking about. You're not sure if they know where you are or they're, as she said, getting bored, looking about. They're stabbing at the ground. They're like throwing rocks and shit and trying to get a reaction. They're getting very frustrated.
I'm just gonna like check if there's any way I could possibly clear this jump.
That is, how far is that? That is a 50-foot jump. Maybe closer to 40.
Hey, Eldrin, can I land like 32 strength from you?
I don't even have that much. Not even close.
Damn. So instead, I'm just gonna chuck another rock.
All right, more rock throwing. Distract the enemy. So this only adds more to the bullshit. They're like, where the hell are they? More frustration, more confusion. This one's going to try moving in. And the one with the spear is like, you know what? They got to be over here somewhere. He's going to go ahead and move once again directly next to you, Aldrin, and kind of look into the lava. And he pokes his staff in there. And you can hear him kind of grumbling to himself. So last turn I re-rolled to see if he got his fire breath back. I'm going to roll for his turn now to see if he gets it back. He does not. And you can sort of hear something like clicking in the back of his throat as he's trying to like rekindle whatever this is. Sounds incredibly frustrated that he can't find you guys, that you've all escaped. They're like half bored and half getting kind of pissed off now because they're hearing rocks being thrown. They know you guys are still here. You're definitely still here. So this one's going to kind of fly to where the rock was. And it's still flying above the ground. But it's looking about like, okay, if you move again, was it a rock? Did something snap? Did something move? I have no idea. This is really starting to get annoying. Aldrin, they're dangerously close to you. What do you do?
So do I have to like jump or anything to get across this, or can I just keep going?
This whole area is perilous, so you can roll me athletics or acrobatics so that you can get past this area unmarred, effectively.
Well, as a distraction, of course, the boy has to come back.
Indeed.
Right next to him.
He's stabbing around in the lava, and then you just like boop up next to him again. And he's just like, just complete frustration. What the hell is going on? Seriously, this is getting annoying.
I want to have him like climb up from the side.
Oh, like climb out of the lava?
Pretty much.
Oh my god. Okay, he is not having that. He won't attack now, but on his next turn, he's going to absolutely shred this thing to pieces.
And then I'll try to get across while he's distracted.
Alrighty, a 15 with athletics. You're able to meander through here. You're gonna have to hop rock to rock. There's a little bit of a rhythm to it. And then, of course, here is the the long stretch of lava. This is the problem, correct?
That's a neat turn.
All right, Sarabi, same for you.
And then my boy actually goes poof because I'm too far away.
True. He climbs up out of the lava, and as he's swinging his staff, he just poofs and swings at air and completely whiffs. And as he does that, you hear one of the smaller ones like laughs at him, and he just gives him the finger.
Nice.
You guys potentially learned how to tell someone to screw off in their language because he just very distinctly says something, which causes both of the ones that are nearby to laugh.
I will remember this.
Alrighty, so Robbie, with an 18, you're able to get across without issue. Now, though, they're frustrated. They're confused. They see one there, and after kind of flipping him off and saying whatever he did, this one kind of rattles off something to him and just says, like, keep looking there. They got to be nearby. If you can tell, specifically you, Lucky, you can tell they're essentially saying, if they're still doing shit, there's someone nearby. Keep looking. And he flies over here and kind of perches on a rock and just starts like looking outward. All right, everybody roll me stealth again.
Yes.
Nice going.
All right, and like I said, a +2 to each of you. So Sarabi is a 4, Aldrin is a 5, and Lekka, that is a 12. Okay, I'm going to have this one down here roll, but he can't physically see you. So if he does beat you, he's not going to be able to see you. That's an 8. So he is going to notice something happen with Aldrin. I'll have this one roll too. I rolled a 2 with the other one. He notices nothing. This one, though, with the spear, Lekka, you can tell he hears something where Aldrin is. You don't know if Aldrin stepped in something, moved in something, if a rock shifted. You're not entirely sure, but his eyes suddenly jolt southwest. So it's now your turn, Lekka. What do you do?
Run back a bit. Do we need to roll again for the jump one?
I'll say for jumping off, you're fine, but for jumping on, it was very perilous.
Okay. You know what? Let's just say that I'm intentionally being kind of loud. Not so much giving away my position, but more like there is something going on here.
All right, while you're doing that, you hear more communication between them. And this one was flying here. I'll say he kind of flies around your area, and he just starts like sniffing out the area. You hear more clicking behind you, Aldrin. He once again fails to recharge his flames. He slithers forward, and his scales just dragging along the coals. He continues moving, starts kind of moving around the outside, and he's like dragging his spear just kind of along. He stops in the middle. He's kind of poking around. He's sniffing at the air. He's not sure where you are. His eyes stop on your general location a few times, but they flit away. Aldrin.
I hate it here. Is there anything that I can like get across on, or is it just lava?
So where we currently are, it is indeed just lava. A moment ago, a certain blue and white scaled individual shook a tree, attempting to shake a very certain fox from it. He was unable to do so, but he did loosen chunks of this tree that are now flowing down the river. You're not entirely sure if you can jump onto it and then onto the other side, but here the lava has coagulated a bit. It's not pure lava, but where it's like flowing towards you a bit, if you time your jump appropriately, you think that you definitely can make it. It's not like pure molten lava. It is starting to harden a bit where we are now. Falling in would still be disastrous, but if you wish to go now, there are chunks of this tree floating down that are large enough for you to jump onto.
Well, I feel like falling into lava and dying pretty quick is a better death than getting stabbed to death over and over.
You do have disadvantage on these checks, by the way.
So I'm just going to go for it. Of course, summoning my boy first to distract him, because I can. And then I guess I will, athletics to see if I can jump across.
I believe it's normally... Yeah, it's normally 10. I'm going to say, because it's dangerous, we're going to go for a 12.
That's a lot lower than I was expecting. I was expecting like a 14 or 15.
Things have been set up pretty decently. Oh, that's with disadvantage?
15, 17.
You rolled a 15 and 17. You got 22. Okay.
I think I did it.
I think you did it. You're and you're doing poofs again?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And again, he swings at the air and nothing happens. You're able to leap across, and it kind of like, what? And it doesn't see you jump. It turns around though, and it sees this kind of chunk of tree bobbing in the lava. It looks back to like where you possibly landed, and its eyes are like just flitting everywhere. It's like, where are you? Where are you? Something moved. Something definitely moved here. It keeps moving this way, so it has to keep going this way. It looks determined to keep going. So, Robbie.
I mean, our destination is still south, right?
Southwest. So west or south, yes.
So I should be running this way?
At this point, since you guys are so close to the edge of the map, just tell me what your intentions are.
I'm leaving everyone in the dust.
Because, yeah, you don't technically know where everybody is.
I mean, have I been able to spy anything? Did I maybe see that piece of wood fall, jump, boink, whatever?
Were you looking for it?
I mean, I guess now that I've crushed to the side, yeah, I'll be looking to see if I can see the guys.
Okay, yeah, sure. You did make it over first. Looking southward, knowing that's where they were, you saw something interesting. It was bobbing in the lava, and it bobbed a little harder. So maybe he's over there? You didn't see a splash after that. The salamander looks incredibly angry.
Is it safe for me to assume they're going to go in the same direction we were headed?
Your guys' game plan was to leave. So if you trust in your friends to keep going that way, then is that something Sarabi would do?
Yes. 1, because she trusts, and 2, because she's afraid.
Okay.
I may go far enough just to feel like I'm safe and then wait.
Are you kind of like sitting on like a rock or something, or like near a tree looking about?
Yeah.
All right. You being safe on that side, they're still looking around. All of you, go ahead and roll me stealth again. All right. Aldrin with a 4, Leica with a 16, and Sarabi, your first roll was a 12, so that brings you to a 13.
This makes sense. I just did some dumb shit.
Yeah, a little bit. This boy's not very perceptive. I know I'm giving him disadvantage, but he's rolling like single digits.
Good.
All right, a 4 and a 6. Technically, you rolled a 4, didn't you, Mr. Aldrin?
Yeah.
You did, and the one chasing you rolled a 6. Perfect. Leica, what do you do?
Leica's pretty much given up on going over this bridge at this point. He's just gonna keep walking along the river and hope there's like another way over, I guess.
All right, so skirting him out, they definitely don't know you're there. We'll say because you rolled so well on your stealth, these guys they don't know what's going on. This one does, though, and he's going to start moving about. First and foremost, roll a 1. That is no recharge. He begins to slink across the lava.
Stop
and
it.
Evens, he'll go above
Leave
you.
me
Odds,
alone.
he'll go below you. All right, he'll blow you.
Whoa.
I know, right?
Please don't.
What a spicy man's. Takes him a hot second, but he kind of like over the coals and the lava, and he seems incredibly frustrated, but he knows there's someone here. There's got to be somebody here. There's bullshit abound. He saw something move. He's not sure what it is, but he swear he saw something move. All right, Aldrin, he's very close to you. He's looking in your general direction.
How long has invisibility been up?
We're on round 8 currently, and it's been up for...
Since round 3 or 4, I believe. It was.
So we got like 5 more rounds?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well, gonna go ahead and summon my boy again.
Way.
Like in the middle of the lava, like where I jumped across on some stuff, see if there's like anything that he can stand on for a second.
Sure.
Not
there's
that long.
Yeah, there's somewhere where he can stand for literally like a second. And as you do that, once again, the salamander looks over there and he's just like, no, screw that thing. it's gonna die. If that's actually a person, they're dead, but I'm not attacking him. He seems more angry than distracted currently.
That's fair. And then I'm just gonna go this way.
Alrighty, so Robbie, you're gonna just kind of continue moving outward and kind of looking for your friends.
Yep. I'm going to keep going.
All right, you rolled
This
pretty
is
good
so
on your
dumb.
stealth, so they definitely didn't see you. Leica, go ahead and move over to the tree and make an acrobatics roll. Realistically, the only thing that we need to pass so far is basically just you. 19, excellent.
Thank God I'm tiny.
Indeed. Okay, you're going to be able to cross this relatively easily. Obviously, with your movement, that's probably going to take 2 total turns. So I'm going to bank this whole thing on effectively one thing. We're going to do that. I'm going to skip everybody else's turns. There's no way they can find you. The only one that could possibly find you guys is going to be this one that is following Aldrin.
Leave me alone.
And the only way he can possibly damage you is with his fire breath. So all you do is you just hear him slithering around. I'll say for this turn specifically, because you failed your stealth roll, he knows where you went. He doesn't know where you are, but he knows the direction you went. So he's going to move that way. You can just hear him like clicking. There's like a as he's like kind of shifting something in the back of his throat. He hasn't recharged his fire just yet, but like he is trying to burn the shit out of you. He's swinging wildly, and he's not going to hit. I'm going to skip all the other enemies' turns, so the only one that's going to matter currently is going to be this one. But Aldrin, what do we do?
I'm just going to summon my boy next to him.
Sounds good.
And I'm going to run. I can't really do much, or else I'd stop being invisible, so I'm just going to keep running.
Pretty much. So we're going to ask for a few more saves. Sarabi, you're good. Leica, make one more acrobatics roll. 13, baby. With that, you're able to cross this makeshift bridge.
Before I start going over it, I'm going to start loudly laughing.
As you do that, they just kind of erupt in like, what? And start looking about. They start yelling at the blue-white one. It's like, there's no one over there. Like, you can very much tell, like, it's like, And, Mr. Mans, go ahead and roll me stealth again. We'll probably say this will be the last one before he gives up. I rolled a 5.
Oh boy. I rolled a 3.
Look, a 5, a 4, and a 3.
So basically, we're going to bank this on one thing. He's going to try to recharge his fire.
Oh, no.
And it succeeded. Okay, he kind of knows where you are. So, with the fire recharged, I'm going to say this. Let's say, all right, we're ready for some Final Fantasy bullshit. I'm going to roll a d4, and it's going to be cardinal directions. One is north. 1 is north, 2 is east, 3 is south, 4 is west.
25% chance. What can possibly go wrong?
If he rolls a 3, he's going to shoot it at you.
All right, let's go. Kill me, I'm ready.
All right, he thinks you're in this general location.
Won't I just be an invisible corpse?
It doesn't drop, yeah, technically.
Not because I'm the one concentrating on it.
Yeah, I'll just be an invisible corpse.
That is incredibly awkward. Looking southward, he just makes a random guess, and he'll blow his fire.
I think I'm down.
Oh, on the plus side, there is a chance that I might see your corpse by the time my invisibility wears off.
So this is awkward. Can he tell you were hit or not?
No, because you're invisible.
You're invisible,
he
so
might be able to smell you.
Yeah,
and it's just fire, so no.
Yeah, technically the flames will like wrap around your body, but he'll blow them outward and just like look. It's like, should they hit him? From a distance, though, Sarabi, you did say, I want to have an overview of the arena. So you would have moved like 2 times in this time. Would you have moved closer to where you think Aldrin is? Because the thing is, you can see the salamander moving. Would you have been moving closer to him, or would you have been just staying and just kind of holding your ground?
Oh, I can see a shadow thing, can't I?
You would have seen him show something his shadow boy over and over. You also would have seen this salamander following it.
All right, yes. I would have been following way far behind.
Okay. We'll say you're a decent distance off from him. Lekka, realistically, you can move wherever you want.
Definitely.
One of your roll stealth. You guys are far enough from the enemy that they have probably moved up and they're checking that bridge again. And then after that, he's still looking about. His fire breath is not recharged, and he's not entirely sure where you are. Aldrin, roll me some of that save.
Hey, just like all the rest of my rolls.
All right, that is 1 fail. So we'll say the creature moved south a little bit, but not too far from you. He's kind of poking at the ground.
Your corpse. That's a critical hit.
Yeah, so he steps past you. He's not really sure where you are. All right, so Robbie, you see him poking at the ground with this spear. What do you do?
I think Sarabi would sit and wait.
You just see no more clones.
Yeah, I see no clones, and I'm like, something went wrong. But I can't see a body, so I can't do anything.
Okay, would she have gotten closer?
A little, yes.
All right, you're looking about, and you can hear this thing mumbling to itself.
I am also trying to stay hidden behind rocks or whatever.
Yeah, sure, definitely. We'll kick it back to Lekka.
Lekka does what he does best. Move south.
Still moving about, still poking at the ground. Not seeing any shadow clones.
Oh, he better be gone in 2 rounds.
I'm good at rolling perception with that 1, baby. Go and roll me a save, Mr. Aldrin. An 18.
That's not a net 1.
True.
Alrighty,
I'm not gonna lie, I was expecting a nat 1.
You see it moving southward, Sarabi. What do you do? Just scooting along?
Yep.
Like I assume you're also moving southward?
Yep.
Goes for recharge. Fails. Looks around.
Next round.
Sniffs the air. Rolls a beautiful 2 on his perception. Still looking about. You're not in the lava, that's for sure. All right, Aldrin. And a 16. That's 2 successes. All right, Sarabi.
Next one's gonna be a 1.
Net 1. Here you go.
Please don't jinx yourself.
If you keep saying it, it's fine.
Was I far or close enough to have a general idea where the clone
you
was?
don't know where he is.
Well, the last clone was here.
Correct. It was about 30 feet from you. You saw him burst flames about 30, 40 feet north of where he currently is. And now he's just looking around.
So I'm going south. So realistically, he's probably right about here. I'll start touching the ground.
You start touching the ground, and unfortunately, you feel nothing. You find like 1 tuft of grass. You touch it, and it's like, then it just dies. Is it end of this round? It wears off.
End of this round, it should wear off.
Yeah.
All right.
So I got 1 more death save.
I walk another 60 feet, and I curse myself as I see the big guy standing there. Knowing that invisibility is going to wear off, so I'm going to hide behind a rock, I guess.
As he's just standing there, you all hear a click, 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 and you hear fire roar to life, and then what would probably pass as a laugh. And he starts to look northward. Was someone moving over here?
Of course.
He faces you, Sarabi. And as he does,
Now you die.
he breathes in. And he blows flame directly in your direction. Except
It doesn't go far enough.
it stops just short of where you're standing. Literally inches. And he waits. And he looks. He's like, I got him this time, yes. It's like, dead. Are they dead?
Only 30 damage.
And he pokes at the ground. You can hear like a low growl of dissatisfaction. Then roll your death saving throw again.
That's one. Here you go.
Nope. I'm stable.
14. He is stable, but not up.
You wake up and are suddenly visible.
Sarabi, this beast blows a fire mere inches from your face. What do you do?
Nearly shriek. Nearly. I want to listen. Surely Aldrin was like gasping or something.
I would say so, yes. That's probably what this thing
maybe.
heard.
Can I use my superior fox hearing to zoom in on the sound?
Just roll perception. Relatively low, just like a 12. Sorry, with advantage.
Oh my god.
2 sevens. Okay. You know the general location of him, but you don't know exactly where he is. We'll say you move maybe halfway.
Don't worry, you'll find out in about
2 seconds.
Well, yeah. See, with the lizard so close, I'm gonna run.
Goodbye, friends.
At the top of Slaka's turn, suddenly the stealth wears off, and all 3 of you are visible once again. Like I mentioned, the other ones are far away enough that they really reasonably cannot get over here. This one's kind of venturing off on its own currently.
This one's never played a mobile before.
No, he's roaming poorly.
He's trying to play jungle.
this is all I have.
He is indeed trying to yungle.
That's a terrible roll, though.
You drop a snowball storm on him, and he fails with a 13 against your 15.
Assuming he's not vulnerable to it.
That is cold damage, isn't it?
Should be.
All right, that is 28 cold damage as you rain snow down upon him. He's struck by it, only for the snow to melt moments after, and he screams out, kind of slashing away at it, but he's unable to dodge. Incredibly confused as to where it came from. He looks to you, Lekka. He's like, what?
That's for
Everyone's
Daniel.
Confused. That's for Daniel now.
There you go.
And suddenly I see Sarabi and Eldrin's not corpse.
Yes, Aldrin's lying on the ground, seemingly stable. You're not entirely sure. He's just kind of laying there.
I think it means seemingly dead.
He's still dead, apparently.
Sarabi, you saw him blow fire there a moment ago. Think of that
That's
as
a nice
you will.
floor.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm out of spell slots.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, I'm sorry. Rewind that. Did I say that was 28 damage?
Yes.
No, I didn't mean that. I meant it was 56 damage.
What? Why?
Double it. You took the Sapopa.
Oh,
is it
so
still
double,
effective?
double.
How long does it last?
4 hours. All right, you absolutely bamboozled this boy. He's not very happy with being bamboozled. So he is going to run towards you, stop here, and get ready to huck his spear at you. This will be with disadvantage as he kind of, and then just goes to just throw it at you. A flaming spear goes hurling across the sky. And unfortunately, it does strike our little Lekka boy right in the chest, and he's downed next to you, Sarabi. And this creature's kind of mumbling to itself. Aldrin can't do anything. He is stabilized, but cannot move. Sarabi, you can tell this creature is in pain. Its scales are flaking off. It's kind of like shaking. It looks in a bad way, we'll say.
I am enraged.
Which move are you using?
Vampire touch?
All right, you're going out to squeeze this boy.
Yeah. My hand is wreathed in dark shadows, and I'm just gonna flash at his face.
You go to slash at his face, and he kind of like weaves out of the way. What does Vampire Touch even do?
Heals damage and heals me for the amount dealt.
Oh, okay. Heal for 4. That happens, and he seems relatively unhappy with it. I will say, normally, when you strike these creatures, fire will erupt from their flesh, but because you struck him so heartily, Lekka, that's not happening.
I shoved a snowball down his throat, it's fine.
You very much did, yes. And he kind of turns, shuddering to you, Sarabi, and he pulls his spear up. And I'll say he still has a disadvantage on the attack. This will now go to swing at you. And with an 11, just barely missed, but the thrust of this and the flames that are wreathed around this spear lick at you. As you can tell, he's starting to slowly reignite, but he looks tired. He looks bad.
Okay, so Vampire Touch is just I use the spell slot to apply the touch, and then I can attack just normally without spell slots.
All right, we'll take that first one of 11 damage, and you'll heal for half that, so heal for 5. All right, Leica.
I'm not dead yet.
15. Not dead yet. All right, you can tell he's slowly recovering for this round. This will have disadvantage, but for the next one, he'll be recovered and start to gain back his flames. I'll give disadvantage for one more. Another miss. You're able to deflect it with your shield, Sarabi. You can tell as he stares at you and looks about. It's 1 down, 2 down, and looking at you, you see him smirk. What do you do?
Do you have any healing left?
1.
This is going so well.
Well,
I have prayer of healing left.
And again, you strike him, dealing 11 damage as you rake your claws across him, Sarabi. Heal again for 5. All right, Leica. 16. That is 2 successes, correct?
Yep.
Beautiful. The boy, no longer winded, and he will swing at you, Sarabi. You're able again to deflect with your spear, and he starts to kind of like snarl at you. You can see him like gripping the spear, and his flames and his scales are starting to reignite.
take my sipopa. Become smelly now.
Return to stank.
Is he looking enraged enough to follow me?
If you move, he will 100% use reaction to hit you. He is on his last legs. He's about to go down. You could tell he considered leaving, but you have 2 dead allies already. He's going to finish the job. Already. At another swing with your vampiric touch. Sarabi, what does that look like?
I'm just randomly slashing because I'm pissed off and desperate and terrified.
All right. And as you rake your claws across this creature, when we say vampiric touch, do your claws are they actually shadow or are they light?
Too light.
Okay. But you just rake just across this creature, and you see his scales kind of tear up. He goes to block with his spear, but you're actually able to snap it in half. It looked like it was made of like obsidian or something, and it just wreathed in flame, and you completely break it. And as he goes to stab at you again, you're able to kind of weave around and under the spear, and you shove your claws into his neck, and he kind of and it just like leans back, and then you can see the like molten lava just seeping out between his teeth, and he kind of and just leans back, and he falls dead. Heal for 8.
I may claw at his corpse a bit more.
Okay. As you do that, you look beyond the horizon, and you can see that his friends might have realized you guys are here.
Crap! Dash.
What do you do?
Grab Uldren and... Oh, does he have a pot on him?
Nope, not anymore.
I will...
Used it on you.
Pick him up and drag!
Are you strong enough for that?
Let me make a last save, by the way, before I die.
Very slowly.
Yes, yeah. So while she goes over to Uldren and start dragging, so like 1 save there, and then Sarabi, you can move at half your speed, which would be 15 feet. So here, as you begin to drag Uldren, you realize he's still alive, and you can see Lekka's still over there. So did you make any sounds, Lekka? Besides like, oh, I'm dying.
I mean, I'm half choking at this point because there's a spear through my entire body.
You hear Lekka kind of like cough a bit, so you can tell he's alive. You can feel that Uldren's alive, Sarabi. At whatever you do next, Sarabi, I'm going to have him roll again. What do you choose to do?
I have prayer of healing. I have to get them secluded so I can focus on healing. So, Lekka, you'd better succeed.
You better.
Drag.
Okay, as you drag him again, Lekka make another save. All right.
I'm stable. Yay.
3 successes. Lekka is up. Sarabi, they will be on you not momentarily, but in like 2 or 3 rounds. Dragging 2 people is going to be physically impossible.
Does Lekka have any pots?
Nope. I use mine on Boy Big Boy. Now,
Drag.
see, I have a lot of magic cocaine on me that you can use to, I don't know, boost your healing.
Is it going to benefit me to eat it when all I have is 1 prayer of healing? That's a ritual.
It's double the healing.
Do I have to complete the full 10 minutes?
Technically, yes.
We'll do this. If you take a Sapopa, I'll let you get back 1 spell slot of any level you want.
I will take a Sapopa.
Do you want powdered or dried?
Dried.
You grab the leaf jerky, and as you begin to chew on it, its sweet juices flow into your mouth. Go ahead and restore 1 spell slot.
Healing word.
On.
Uldren.
All right, and it will heal for double that. He's going to gain 10 as your healing magics surge through his body. Uldren, you're brought back to the land of the living.
Get up, Uldren. Get up!
I get up and I like swing my mace. Let me at him.
Duck. No! Grab Lekka and let's run!
Okay.
just over the horizon, you can see that they are slowly flying over this lava river.
I pick up the small man.
And run.
Away.
All right, small boy is picked up, and the three of you begin to book it. During this time, you all run. After some time, they stop following. We're hoping. You have to keep checking back behind you occasionally, but around 12 o'clock, you guys come to a rather narrow spot in the mountain ridges, and you're able to push forward. Sarabi, you feel strong this entire time. You know you should be tired. You know you should feel close to dead after having run through that area, after having almost burned. But no, you feel empowered for some reason. And after approximately, an hour or so, maybe two of running, Aldrin, you're definitely a little tired. You're not going to get any more exhaustion from this, but you're definitely getting there. You haven't slept. It's hot. Steam just continues to follow you. The sun is high in the air, and there's no cover. But finally, we get to the mountain ridges. They stop following you guys some while back, just kind of like, just shit, whatever. And
I would like to find a hiding spot before the effects kick in.
Looking around, you see Aldrin, covered in sweat, holding Lekka, who's kind of just limp. And you, the same, unfortunately, while you are indeed, covered in sweat and you feel like you should be tired, you're not. The Sapopa is still surging through your body. You still feel strong. And checking in on your teammates, you know that you can kind of focus and relax. You should be able to heal everybody here.
All right. Prayer of healing.
All right. That's going to heal for literally double that. So everybody heal for 36.
Hey, look, that's more health than I have.
Oh, Aldrin. Max yourself out, babe. Come on.
Why would I do that?
Because I just did prayer of healing.
I don't think 36 is gonna max him, though.
I only have 42 health.
Like I was gonna wake up like, I just had the weirdest dream. We all died.
That wasn't a dream.
What are you talking about? I feel great.
You're welcome. I took the Sapopa.
My Sapopa? No.
How else was I supposed to save you?
No, makes sense. That's why I brought it. Just make sure you're ready for the side effects.
I'm not.
I mean, it doesn't have to be smell again. It could be something else.
Ugh,
Maybe you'll hear bees.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
I'll take the
Or maybe
bees.
you'll
Stop talking.
lose all control of your body.
Oh yes, that's.
Or you'll die.
All right, moving on through. As you guys kind of look around, you recognize this area. We've been here before. This is one of the first hexes we actually looked at. So as we kind of check our surroundings.
Wait, we made it out?
You made it out, yeah.
Oh my god.
You don't really see any beasties or animals or anything trying to attack you. Maybe running through the forest, as screaming and scared as you were. You scared away any potential predators. Also, this area is fairly well defended, so that definitely adds in your favor.
Is there somewhere to sleep?
Technically, yes. Your guys' plan was to continue one hex over to Maz. You guys are right there. Realistically, you'll get there by 4.
All right, then let's go.
Pain.
Before we go, I'm going to give everyone long stride to speed it up a bit.
Awesome. All right.
What does it gain from Sapopa, by the way?
Let's see. You can give it 1 to everybody.
Should be able to, yeah.
It normally lasts for 1 hour.
An hour, I believe, yeah.
Okay. Well, then it lasts for 2 hours. And it instead increases their speed by 20. So basically everyone's speed effectively almost doubles for 2 hours.
Mornium.
And you guys are able to, we'll say you guys are able to get back just in time. Let me go ahead and, all right, while we're numing through here, I will quickly mention 2 areas that we're pretty easily able to find. One of them is an area that is very clearly owned by the Night Axe. You guys see what seems to be a watch point. You see walls of stacked rock and dirt. They're about 4 foot high, and they support a 20 by 20 wooden platform that is the roof of a watch post dug into the ground and into the side of a mountain. You see stairs up the west side wall and wisps of smoke curling outward from the roof. From here, you guys can kind of, you smell what seems to be, I don't know what ambergris is. I don't know if that's like a...
whale spit, basically.
It's whale spit?
Ambergris is like a stomach stone for whales, I guess. It builds up. It's very rare, very expensive, and it's illegal to get.
What do you do with it?
That's
You
disgusting.
make perfume out of it.
Okay, then you smell that. Weird. I don't know what this is doing.
It smells terrible, by the way.
Okay, cool. It smells awful. You guys aren't really sure why it's here. Maybe you can. I mean, we know where it came from. Obviously, it came from the the whale beaches. But one can venture to guess maybe this is to ward off the salamanders
because that stuff is very expensive.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. You smell it and you realize like, why are they burning it out here? Because of how expensive it is. Incredibly strange. And you can see clusters of like blue flowers kind of along the way, but they're out of the way. They're relatively near the watch point, but they are very prominently kind of displayed there. Question to Sarabi: when you killed the salamander, did you just kill him?
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to lead the question too much. Do you recall what the ogres asked of you guys?
Oh, did I check his manhood?
You don't have to take his manhood. They just ask for parts. You can take the dick if you want. It's up to you.
I did not think about his dick.
Okay.
I know. Amazing, right?
I know,
what do
right?
You mean? That's your whole thing.
Did you take any other parts, though?
No. My priority was my cleric save lives.
So you murdered the shit out of him and kind of just left him there in pieces. You saved lives, and we are indeed moving on. All right, so it's going to be another 4 hours. It'll be around 4 by the time we arrive. As you guys kind of come over the mountain, a wonderful sight greets you. You see the ocean. You see the tops of trees, and a wonderful pair of elf titties just waiting for you off in the distance in the horizon. We're almost home.
I will flop to the ground and worship the elf titties in the distance.
Homeward
bound. Yes.
Are we on a mountain at this point?
You guys are kind of like on the crest of one, yeah?
Do you want to take the quick way down?
Which way is that?
Jump. I can still do Featherfall once.
On all of us?
Yeah, it's 5 people or something.
I mean, it will save us time, sure.
On that note, Lekka and Sarabi.
For a minute. Damn, that's
roll me. It's pretty solid. Roll me a flat d20. All right, Sarabi with an 11. Oh boy.
Yes.
Does that mean we both have the same thing?
Yep.
At least you won't be suffering alone.
All right, I'm just gonna put you in the opposite chat, Seth, and I'll let them know their fate. All right, so the two of you don't know this about each other, but on the way down, as we're moving back home, the two of you are affected by this. You are compelled to speak obscenities in the presence of holy people, places, or objects until they leave your line of sight.
Does it include yourself?
If you can see yourself, yes.
Wait, so how many holy people are on this island?
I mean, you're a cleric, Eldrin's a cleric. And also holy sites. We know this statue is a holy site.
Yeah, the statue is...
We can see it from pretty much anywhere.
Are obscenities, like curse words or lewd words?
Either.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Or heresy.
And then, on top of that, Mr. Lekka, go ahead and roll me Constitution.
Perfect.
I'm going to put you in the other room, Sarabi.
I don't like this.
Okay, so after a certain number of uses of Sopopa, your body has become somewhat accustomed to it. You don't entirely know what this is. Unlike the first time, something is slightly off. You feel a little sick, too, on top of that. Effectively, all this means is, for now, you're addicted to it. Go ahead and roll me a d4. So remind me in 4 weeks, and then something else might happen.
Oh, great.
Yeah, no, right? Effectively, all this means is really clear. So you are addicted to Sopopa now. You know how strong it is, and your body wants more. Roll me another d20. Oh, that's awkward. So after this first one wears off, we'll say in about 8 hours, it's going to affect you anytime you don't have Sopopa. It's going to be random, and at random intensities. You're going to have like an orange powder kind of like secrete from your pores, whatever pores you may have. Specifically, it says there's an orange powder all over your body and your things and your hair, and you can't get rid of it. Basically, that just means you're going to be secreting this weird orange powder. If you take Sopopa, the effects will go away.
Great.
So however you want to deal with that, if you want to just mention, like, I don't know, like when you're eating, when you're doing anything, it's not intense, but it's going to be obnoxious to deal with.
Like, does Lekka realize this about himself, or?
I'm going to say all you realize, the last time something odd just happened, like the bees and all that extra nonsense, but on top of that, you feel kind of like, just something in your stomach and like your veins and your like scales itch, and you're like, God, something just feels off for whatever reason. and you won't really know this is a thing until 8 hours from now. For the first 4 hours, you're going to have to be cursing and such. So I'll go ahead and pull them back on in. Welcome back.
So I'm going to roll up a new character.
All right, so you guys land safely. And Aldrin, obviously, your two friends that have taken the drug have hit their downtime. So,
yes.
Anything like, valuable in your banks?
Huh?
No reason.
I'm pretty poor.
As soon as I see Aldrin, I'm going to start cursing. Is he holy enough for that?
Or the statue, he's a cleric technically, right?
Yeah.
He's a cleric, yeah.
All right, I'll start cursing at you, Aldrin.
When you say cursing at him, what do you mean? Just you're saying curse words, or?
Does it have to be at him or just in general cursing?
It's whenever we see.
Yes, but it doesn't have to be directed at him, right?
Correct.
So as we're floating down this mountain, Lekka the sailor is going to curse like a sailor.
Huh.
I'm gonna blame Aldrin for this. That's what my curses are.
Wow.
It's his fault.
Are your curses outside of your normal parameters, Sarabi?
Yes.
All right. As you guys are floating, certain choice words are leaving Sarabi's lips that you probably haven't heard before.
I am aware that I'm doing this, right?
Yes.
I will slap my hand on my mouth and look away.
Just fucking let it go.
Why don't you let it go?
Because those pieces of shit killed my bird, damn it!
You can just get your effing bird back!
Yes, but do you know how expensive that is?
It's like 10 gold.
Oh my fucking gold!
That's not so bad.
Fuckity fuck.
And after some time,
10 gold.
you all land.
Gold.
And just up ahead, we definitely see a sight. We'll go ahead and pause here, but it's been some time since we've last been here. Do we recall approximately how long it's been since we've seen Ma and the ship?
About 4 or 5 days. We left on day 4, right?
Day 5, giant sprats do not taste good.
Sounds about right.
Well, as you guys begin to look around, you see that Ma and Co. have made themselves quite comfortable here. The boat has been shifted along the shoreside somehow, and you can tell that a lot of the materials she brought with her were for building. They are not building off of the boat, but they use the height of the boat, various trees, rock structures, and she's begun to build what seems to be an impromptu base. And you see people kind of pushing around mine carts, and they're beginning an operation, it looks like.
Did you say mining operation?
Indeed. It looks to be that way, at least. You're not entirely sure. Most of these mine carts are indeed empty, but looking around, they have been very busy. There is a storage unit that is almost fully built. There seems to be a side barracks. There's definitely a lot going on here. All her men are very, very busily working and gazing upwards towards the boat. You can see her kind of looking over the edge, flipping through some papers, watching everyone. The wind catches her hair, and just on the distance, she sees the three of you and gives you a quick wave. We'll go ahead and pause there.
In response, I will also say the F word really loud.
Okay.
Actually, is she a holy person?
No.
Definitely not. I would probably not, because I can't see any holy. Yeah, let's just say that Eldrin is walking in the back.
I will, because it looks like she's settling down long term, and I don't want to stay here long term.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna cover both of your mouths.
I mean, honestly, Lekka was going to suggest that before we go in, we take a quick nap outside the fortress. So we don't come in, swearing our asses off.
Oh, too late.